It may still be traditional for the man to make the first move and court his fair princess. It might be ballsy, brave, and attractive to be able to approach a hot chick and chat her up. Nevertheless, getting a girl to chase you remains an essential step in any courtship. Women love the thrill of the chase just as much as men. This is especially true with the most beautiful women, who have an array of dating options handed to them on a platter. They won't admit it, but these women want a man they had to work for, not a bloke they simply let become their boyfriend. As humans, we only really value what we have to work for. One, establish yourself as high value. So many guys think that girls will like them more if they show off the things that they own, like the sports car and the Rolex watch. Indeed, sometimes this does pique a girl's interest. But it's not important. Instead of showing off, you want to be different and stand out from the crowd. And one of the best ways to do this is by talking about your vision. Take Steve Jobs, for instance, the guy who invented Apple. He was a visionary. He always spoke about things he wanted to make or saw existing in the future. And then he did it. He was extremely rich, but he also told others about the vision he had for Apple. Now girls find this type of determination and hard work sexy and attractive. So if you want a girl to obsess over you, tell her about your vision for your future and how you are going to get there. Instead of just talking about your fancy sports car or your high school achievements, live a life that you are proud of. Before you meet a girl, you should focus on creating a life that you're proud of. 2. Give her a reason to chase. Once you've got the girl's attention, you need to get her interested. The best method is to present something of value or something of a threat in your opening line. This is the carrot on your stick, so to speak. It gives her a reason to chase. The classic example of presenting value is offering to buy a drink, although this advice is more likely to leave you out of pocket than in her pants. A better alternative could be a cold read. Guess something interesting about her. Most women would welcome the opportunity to learn how she's perceived by others. It could be something as simple as predicting what she likes to drink. A diss isn't necessarily gentlemanly, but it often hooks a girl's attention because it's a threat to her reputation. A warning about something threatening in the environment might also be an option. Obvious tip: don't be threatening in and of yourself. 3. Get yourself out of the friend zone. This doesn't mean you stop talking to her, but stop acting as if you are her friend. If you want her to be more than a friend, then you have to make this super clear. Otherwise, you might get friend zoned. Start flirting with her, change your body language, start messaging her after you see her, and ask her out on a date. She will probably be surprised, especially if you have been friends for a while. But then she will start thinking about how she likes you as well. And then she might actually start thinking about how cool it will be to date you. 4. Give her an opportunity to chase. Now you've begun chatting. It's natural to keep chatting, avoiding awkward silences at all costs. We can all act like this because we're scared she'll leave if we stop saying things. In actual fact, it's better to do the opposite. For the first couple of minutes, you can control the chatter, but after that, make sure she plays her part. Take more pauses than normal. Put the pressure on her to keep it progressing, as if you're the prize. A confident man gives others the opportunity to contribute to the conversation. By all means, give the girl branches to latch onto, and fill the silence if she doesn't oblige, but definitely avoid asking questions. Questions are often just another desperate way of trying to make her stay. Use assumptions instead. Where are you from? Becomes you look like you're from London. Assumptions encourage her to ask questions. Suddenly, it's her chasing continued conversation, and that's all you're aiming for at this point. 5. Create an air of mystery. Be a little bit mysterious and hold back on some details. When guys open up too quickly and tell girls everything about themselves, things can quickly become boring. If you are going to be in a relationship with someone long-term, it's great to keep learning things about each other along the way. This will leave room for some mystery and suspense, all of which will only intensify her desire for you. Holding some things back before will make you seem mysterious and keep the girl guessing. She is going to start wondering what else there is to you. You could tell her half of something but then keep the other half to yourself. For example, you can say, "Yeah, I do work in marketing," but then you don't tell her that you own your own company. And then a few days later, you slip it into a conversation. Boom. 6. Encourage her to keep chasing. Now she's out of her shell and chasing your conversation. Escalate things further. When she asks questions, it's worth making her work a bit harder before answering. Teasingly throw in phrases like, "You sure you want to know? Take a guess," or "You can't handle the answer." 7. Force her into a decision. Once it's clear she's enjoying your company, create a situation where she's forced to make the decision to either stay or leave. Start small. See if she'll move to a different part of the bar with you. Ask her to watch your belongings while you go to the bathroom. These small acts of compliance might not seem much, but they force the girl to ask herself the question, "Do I like him enough to do this?" An alternative move could involve engaging in behavior that would normally make her leave if she wasn't so invested. Tease her. Tell her she's free to leave if she's tired. Again, she's forced to ask the question, do I like him enough to stay? Assuming you're a cool, interesting guy and not too outcome dependent, the answer will be yes. After all, most blokes struggle to even relax around a true hottie. By complying with either of the aforementioned tricks, she's forced to admit she likes you. That has a strong psychological effect. She'll ask herself why she's been so compliant with these requests, and attraction can be the only answer. Pepper these techniques in with the fun, laughter, and light flirting, and you'll soon be getting away with requesting heavier acts of compliance, such as kisses, exchanging phone numbers, or even going home together. After all, your love story has been like a blockbuster movie thus far, and it's likely she'll have found it too compelling to not want to see the end. 8. Focus forward with goals. If you are serious about learning how to make a girl obsessed with you, then you need to have drive and goals. Tossing in a little passion is never a bad thing. Women are like a man that knows where he is going in life and aren't afraid to step out of their comfort zone to reach their goals. A man with vision is going to capture the attention of girls, and if you are easygoing, yet dedicated and work hard to achieve your goals, the girls will come. Think back to the basics where men were the providers and women were the ones raising the children and taking care of the house. This principle remains true today because if you can't show a woman at least on some level that you can be responsible and accomplished, then you aren't going to make any girl obsessed with you.